Men's basketball is making a run at the top seed in the LEC tournament. We're talking to women's lacrosse about expectations for the upcoming season, and Tyler DeRosa will show us how Owl athletes are giving back to the community. Those stories and more are next on Inside Owl Athletics. Hello and welcome to Inside Owl Athletics. I'm Matt Holderman. The basketball regular season is winding down. The Owls' latest action came in a home doubleheader with Western Connecticut. Tyler DeRosa starts us off with the women's game.
Western Connecticut came into Spalding Gym desperate for a win, hoping to keep their conference playoff hopes alive.
The Owls did a great job in the first, limiting the number 2 ranked offense in the LEC. Keene was able to jump out to an early lead, and this 3 by Tamara Gagne made it a 7-2 game. The first quarter was tight the whole way, but the Colonials were able to get back into it, tying the game up at 16 to start the second, with this steal and layup by Tashai Price. The second quarter would be all WestCon as they pulled away from the Owls, and this 3 by Genesis Torres brought the Colonials' lead up to 35-22. The Colonials took a 41-22 lead into halftime. The Owls had a much better third quarter and brought Western Connecticut's lead to 46-41 off of the shooter's roll by Abby Thutt. Keene was able to keep the Colonials' leading scorer, Jancy Shorewood, quiet for most of the game until she was able to drill this 3 to put the Owls away. The Owls would drop the game 87-60. The team knew going into halftime that they had to make a comeback.
At halftime, we went down and we all pulled together. We said, all right, if we're going to pull back now, now's the time to do it. We have to do it right now, coming out in the third.
The Owls will close out their season with 2 games on the road and their season finale here at Spalding Gym on February 16th. For Inside Owl Athletics, I'm Tyler DeRosa.
The men's team still has a shot at being the number 1 seed in the conference tournament. That meant a lot was on the line with Western Connecticut in what turned out to be a nail-biter.
The Owls went ahead early with 2 layups from James Inozie, making it 10-5. But the Colonials came back to take the lead with 7 minutes until halftime, thanks to this slam dunk by Fenton Bradley Jr. Keene State would go into halftime with the lead, though, 40-30. The Owls pulled ahead to a game-high 16-point lead midway through the second half, but the Colonials weren't done. They charged back to within just a few points of the lead after this basket from Tracy Cleckley Jr. Ty Nichols helped the Owls pull back ahead in the final minutes with this 3-point bucket and more. The Colonials charged back again to within 1, but the Owls held on to win 78-77. James Inozie says Keene State is peaking at just the right time.
It's good because in the beginning of the year, we were trying to find ourselves and stuff like that. We're working really hard to figure it out. And we finally figured out all the chemistry, all the pieces, all the puzzle pieces are coming together.
The Owls are on an 8-game win streak headed into their last 2 games of the regular season. Those final 2 games will do a lot to bring the LEC Conference Tournament picture into focus. If Keene State wins out, the Owls will be the number 1 seed. That means they would host a conference Final Four, which they haven't done since 2006. Before WestCon came to town, both Owl teams were on the road at Castleton for LEC play. The women's game started slow. Neither team could get on the board for 2 minutes until Jordan Burke got this layup for the Owls. Both teams swapped the lead in the second quarter. Emily McPadden's 3 here put the Owls in front, and they'd take a 20-18 lead into the half. The last 2 quarters were all Spartans. Lily Schleiman had a career-high 15 rebounds on the game, but her tray with just over 3 minutes remaining would bring the Owls within 7, but that's as close as it would get. The Owls fell 38-50. In the men's game, the Owls came out hot and with power. Nizaire Roundtree got a huge slam dunk for the 2nd game in a row, but so did Edwin Easy Donwin and Tony Harris. The Owls led by 10 throughout the first half. More of the same occurred in the second half, with James Inozie putting up a career-high 23 points, extending the Owls' lead to as much as 26 at one point. Keene State would win easily, 80-59. Keene State athletes devote themselves to more than just success on the field. They also give back to their community. Inside Owl Athletics' Tyler DeRosa shows us one example of giving back at the Keene Recreation Center.
Behind me, Keene State athletic teams are spending their Saturday morning doing a basketball workshop for little kids.
This game is not the X's and O's of basketball. It's called Sharks and Minnows, but it gets the blood pumping and the energy up for basketball drills to follow. When those drills start, it's learning the basics. There's dribbling, passing, defense, and of course, shooting. The buzzer means it's time to move to a new drill. The kids love it, and the athletes get a kick out of it too.
I mean, I have a little brother, so it's like playing with him at home, but I think it means a lot to them, so it's good to help back.
The parents see what a positive impact the athletes have on their kids.
It's really important because the best way for children to learn is from older people, older adults or young adults.
It is important that these young adults are teaching the next generation and giving back to their community.
We're showing the collaboration between the college and the town so that it shows the college kids are giving back, especially the student athletes.
This is certainly an event that the children of Keene should enjoy for years to come. For Inside Owl Athletics, I'm Tyler DeRosa.
4 Owl athletes have picked up Little East Conference awards this week. Freshman Brianna Feldman is the Conference Diver of the Week and Rookie Diver of the Week. She placed second in 2 events at the Tech Sprints on Saturday. Freshman runner Amanda Deppert is the Rookie Track Athlete of the Week after winning the 400-meter dash in 102.14. The women's 4x400 relay team is your Little East Relay Team of the Week. Brittany Gravelisi, Nicole Dalmeida, Lynn Hebert, and Alexis Gauthier put up a time of 4:24.28 at the Panther Invitational. Your Owl Athletes of the Week are James Anozi and Brittany Gravelisi. Anozi scored 14 points while shooting 10 of 13 at the free throw line in the Owls' big win over Plymouth last week. He followed that performance with a career-high 23 points at Castleton. Gravelisi ran wild at the Plymouth State Invitational. She won the 500 meters and qualified for the postseason while also setting a new facility record. She was also part of the winning 4x400 meter relay team and the second place winning 4x200 relay team. Congratulations to all of our athletes of the week. Lacrosse practice is officially underway as of this week. Inside Owl Athletic correspondent Kayla Prisco sat down recently with one of the women's team key players, Chelsea Lewis, to talk about the team's outlook.
Chelsea, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Last year, your season ended with 9 wins and 9 losses. What is the team going to do to prepare for this upcoming season?
So I think that we've just been training a lot harder this year, working a lot harder. We had some big losses with people that graduated last year, but we also had some really good freshmen that came in that are working just as hard as we are. So I think that we should do really well at the beginning of the season.
And what is the team's biggest challenge this season?
I would have to say so far it's been just the weather because it's been really cold. We've had to be inside a lot, but we're still working just as hard inside. So I don't really know if it's an obstacle or not, but we're going to overcome everything that gets in our way.
And you're a very active offensive player. You scored 38 goals your sophomore year and 57 goals your junior year. Mm-hmm. What is a personal goal that you have set for yourself for this last season you have at Keene State College?
I'd say getting more assists, helping out other people on the team. I want our offense to be a unit instead of individuals. So if we can all work together, then I think that we'll have a better chance of coming out with more wins than losses at the end of the season.
And you are also 5 goals away from scoring your 100th goal of your career. Is this a very important milestone to you?
Yeah, I would have to say it means a lot to me. To some other people, it could just be stats or whatever. But I would have never had this opportunity when I went to UMass Lowell. So coming here and having everyone just take me in and just teach me different ways of being a better player and a better team player, I'm really excited. I can't wait.
Thank you so much for being here, Chelsea, and good luck on your first game.
Thank you so much.
The Owls will be on the road for their first game of the season on February 27th at MIT with a 4 o'clock start time.
The conference championship season is getting started. Women's swim and dive kicks it off this weekend with the LEC Championships at UMass Dartmouth. Action starts at noon Saturday. The track and field teams are splitting time Saturday between the Gordon Kelly Invitational and the Valentine Invitational. Both meets are in Boston. Men's and women's basketball are off to Rhode Island College for a doubleheader Saturday afternoon. Women start at 1, men start at 3. The women are back on the road Monday for a 5:30 tip at Fitchburg State. Check out KeenOwls.com for the latest schedule updates. Remember, you can watch all Keene State home contests through the Owl Athletics website. Just go to KeenOwls.com, click on the Game Day tab, then select Live Broadcasts. Again, that's KeenOwls.com, Game Day, and then Live Broadcasts. That's all for this week's show. I'm Matt Holderman. From all of us here inside Owl Athletics, thanks for watching.